Okay, and welcome to the Rondo. We're back again, well into 2025 now. It's another week of PL football, another week where Liverpool won again. Sorry. But it's your boy AA hosting. I am joined by
Joe.
Back in the business. Wow, there's a lot of energy in that, man.
Nah,
God damn.
I don't know what you want me to say. Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Joe.
All right. We've got Marcus back, man.
How you
You've
doing,
been
mate?
gone for time, man.
Yeah, he's been for a while, man. While I was gone, it was on him
What happened,
to
Joe?
arrange
Yeah,
the
what
pod.
happened? There was one
It
week
was on him
where
to arrange the
you're probably wondering why we weren't on for 1 week. Like, what happened?
Yeah, you
Okay,
explain that.
But what about the other weeks?
Okay, there was 1 week.
No, there's another week as well. They went to set up.
Yeah, that was the 1 week. So we each had one.
And then
week
there was
we
another-
left. No, there wasn't. Don't lie. This guy's gonna start lying again.
You know what? We need to get into the football, so don't mind him, guys. Don't mind him.
Yeah.
Anyway,
You should book
my guy Alfonso.
Yeah. Fast forward, man.
Okay, and cool. Okay, so on today's pod, we're going to talk about the game of the weekend. So City versus Chelsea. Chelsea kind of got rolled over. But we'll get into it. We'll ask Marcus his viewpoints on the game. Then we're going to do a spotlight on Spurs. What is happening? Spurs are 15th, and they just lost to one of their relegation rivals. That's what you have to be looking
One
at.
of their relegation.
One of their relegation rivals. Our Spurs at risk of relegation should and stay in his job. Then we're going to talk about the title race. So again, Liverpool win again, but Arsenal, they go through adversity to win again. Then we're going to do match roundup, kind of doing a little bit of a spotlight on some of these amazing mid-table clubs having really good seasons. Bournemouth, Forest, and Newcastle. Well, Forest not too good this week. Bournemouth smacking them 5-0 in a hell of a game. Then we're going to do a little bonus topic. Marcus is going to take us through that. So lots to get through today. Let's start with it. The game of the weekend, the big, on Saturday 5:30, funnily enough, not a Sunday 4:30. City versus Chelsea. Chelsea, they start well. They look lively. Like quite a lot of their games this season, go 1-0 ahead. The Kuzanov guy, oh, my word, brother looked like he was about to cry. He was looking at him. But then you take your foot off the gas out of nowhere. City start to get into the game. They dominate the ball. They have the better chances. And they end up beating you quite comfortably, especially over that second half, in my opinion. Marcus, what happened? What is going on?
What's been happening for the last 5 or 6 games? Chelsea often start the first half, show a good representation of ourselves. We play some good football. Not only did we score the goal off the Kuzanov error, but there was that chance from Palmer to Jackson where I feel like if Jackson had a left foot, it still would have gone in. I know that Palmer overcooked the pass, but we had chances.
We're protecting Palmer a bit there, aren't we?
I'm agreeing with you.
What?
Jackson should put that
Left
away.
foot. 100% left foot. He should put that away.
Sorry,
Palmer
first
shagged
time.
him. Palmer shagged him.
Left foot. 100.
Sorry, put that away.
If you watch that, look at it when he first received the ball.
No.
The goal was
First
still
time.
gaping.
No,
Yeah.
but
left foot,
have you seen he's taken a step with his left foot as the ball's got to his left foot, so it's hard to then kick it with the left foot straight away.
to be fair. I can't back that.
What'd you say?
Bro, it's coming
Why did
over.
he- yeah, why did he
why
take
did
that
you
step?
take that step onto your left foot?
Yeah, if you tell him to time his run better, but he doesn't really expect the pass to be so like.
No, the
Well,
pass.
I know the pass is overcooked, but it's not overcooked to the.
It was redeemable.
No, it's
Yeah,
not. It's not a
exactly.
nightmare
It's
pass, but
redeemable.
like, you
And-
can pass it better, innit?
Just kill it with your left foot and score.
Yeah.
But
If
I can't lie.
you go 2-0 up, the game is a bit different.
But I do think you didn't like the way you were just straight onto Jackson. The pass is poor.
It's overcooked. I'm going to say the pass
Okay,
is overcooked.
fair.
He should have done better. If he played a simpler pass, he would have scored that.
I feel like he had a poor game as well, Jackson.
Jackson, yeah, the poor game.
Jackson's been having poor games for the last 5 or 6 games. So he hasn't scored in the last 8, I think.
Whoa.
Yeah.
After quite a good start to the season. But go on.
Exactly. So what always happens with Chelsea in the last few games happened again. So we start well, good pressing. We see he played quite a high line as well, so that kind of benefit us. I think both teams played a high line, so it was like quite back and forward. But then a drop off. I don't know why this drop off happens. Every time Chelsea take the lead, we decide, okay, cool, we're gonna let the other team come back into the game. I don't know what the mindset there is. I don't know if it's from the manager or the mentality of the players. I think it's a bit of both.
Yeah.
Obviously, the players. Maybe they're young. When they get a goal up, they get a bit complacent. They're like, okay, cool, this game's in the bag. We have a decent quality players. We can keep hold of the ball. And it doesn't happen. The other team gets back into the game. They scored the first goal with Vardio, who had a great chance before that and could have scored as well. And then chance after chance for City after that. Foden hits the post. And then you have the calamity.
I can't lie, that was crazy.
The atrocity.
That was crazy.
The madness that is Robert Sanchez.
After Enzo defended him in the press conference as well, saying that we will make
He
mistakes.
threw half of your team under the bus to defend him.
We're gonna get onto Maresca in a second. We're gonna get onto Maresca, but a professional Premier League goalkeeper, and after he tried to blame the defenders around him, is he okay? Why is he so far off his line?
I would have crashed out.
Haaland is up against Chalobah, yeah?
He's done him easily though.
Yeah,
He's done it,
Chalobah
but
doesn't do well enough.
But Haaland is still on the channel. He still has to come into the box to fashion a chance. Why is Robert Sanchez basically on the edge of the box? I don't get it. Why?
Bro,
Running back and forward, he doesn't know what he's doing. Simple finish for Haaland.
do you know what's so mad, yeah? Like, I was watching it, and the ball comes over, see Haaland kind of pin Chalobah and spin. And then I wasn't really focusing on Sanchez. So, like, I suddenly see Haaland check back, and I'm thinking, oh, he's still got a fair bit to do.
Exactly.
And then I was like, what? All of a sudden,
I wonder at what point Sanchez said, yeah, I'm coming out. Like, at what point did it make sense
He was
to come out?
a lot earlier.
he was out early. That's when I was watching the
He wants
replays.
to go. Like, basically, as soon as Haaland spins Chalobah, he's
runs out.
basically there.
There's no IQ because you're looking at the way the ball's travelled and where Haaland's gone. He's far out. Why are you back?
Makes no
Why
sense.
are you out? You got other defenders even retreating towards the center of the goal. It is so low IQ for a Prem keeper, let alone
On a serious note, though,
top
like,
6 keeper.
You're a team that's trying to get into the top 4, and I hear it a lot. Like, your goalkeeper is not good enough, but like, is he one of the like worser goalkeepers in the league? Like,
Yes.
in terms of like there are a lot of goalkeepers better than Sanchez.
Fraser Forster's worse.
Oh,
He's a
easily.
backup goalkeeper.
But he's a backup goalkeeper.
Like starting
Sanchez
goalkeepers
should be a backup goalkeeper.
yeah,
like-
starting goalkeeper. He's
And he
bottom
was.
half.
He was
comfortably.
Poch made him a backup keeper.
He was your backup.
That's what I was gonna say. So this is the whole confusion about Chelsea and our goalkeeping situation. Last season, we started off the season with Robert Sanchez in goal. We saw that he's not capable of being our first team goalkeeper. He was dropped for Petrovic. Petrovic, not as good on the ball, but he was a much better shot stopper.
Yeah.
Didn't make mistakes. And the end of last season, we were quite good. We finished 6 after dwindling in 10th for most of the season. This season starts, and our first choice goalkeeper from last season, we send on loan to Strasbourg. And we take the person who was dropped back and make them starting goalkeeper. Is this making sense to anyone?
That has to come back to Maresca though. Maresca made that decision, no?
I don't know if it's with Chelsea. I never know if it's Maresca or the board. Obviously,
Maresca's backed him.
Maresca would only let himself insult his players. I realised that whenever the media try to target any of Chelsea players, he defends them. If it's of his own volition, for example, there's times he's called out Reece James, times he's called out Madueke, there's times he's called out multiple players, then it's okay. But he never lets the media call out his own players. He's always backing them and defending them. And some managers do that. That's just a thing in football. So I don't actually have a problem with him defending them. I have a problem with him lying and him saying some dumb shit as well. Because Alex Ferguson once said, that a title-winning Premier League goalkeeper earns you 13 to 15 points a season. That's earning you 13 to 15 points a season. So Maresca was asked, okay, Sanchez has made 5 errors leading to goals. And his response is, but he's also saved us more than 5 times. As a goalkeeper, it shouldn't be balanced. You're not trying to get balanced.
Yeah.
That's
You're
crazy.
trying to win us points. You're not meant to be, okay, I make some mistakes, I make some good. It doesn't make sense. Ananda does the same thing as well. Great saves and then calamities. A goalkeeper is the one position where you can't afford to have calamities and mistakes at the back because you're costing the whole team. Watch the plays after that second goal. Watch Enzo's face. Enzo's face.
Straight away.
Bro, but it's, you can't. You're competing at the highest level. You're up against City. You're trying to battle for something. You can't deal with that. You can't cope with it. You know what I'm saying? You can't. That is literally it. You can't cope with it. Like, I understand his frustration. Not that he was that great anyway. But moving forward, you're talking about Maresca in general. What you said you want to come back to Maresca. What about his management of the game are you not feeling at the moment? Because there seems to be quite a lot of discontent amongst Chelsea fans with the way that he's kind of managing the team in this current moment.
Let me put this, let me make this clear, yeah? Obviously, there was talk a couple of weeks ago, a couple of months ago about, we're in the title challenge, blah, 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 blah. From the beginning of the season, with the squad we had, I said, we have to make the Champions League. I said, independent of the manager we have, because I didn't know what Maresca was bringing. Independent of the manager we have the quality of squad where we should be making the Champions League. So that's the goal for any manager. Obviously, Maresca came in and showed some good football. And we were all impressed at the beginning. Yeah. But what I've seen from him in the last few weeks is terrible game management. I don't know where
at Leicester as well.
But the thing is, I don't know where it's coming from. Earlier on this season, if you remember our statement game this season, the one statement game was like, okay, Chelsea might have something. It was the game against Wolves earlier on in the season. I don't know if you watched that game. The first half ended 2-2. Second half, within 10 minutes, he made changes. He brought on Neto, he brought on Felix. We battered Wolves that game and finished the game 6-2.
Yeah.
He doesn't make subs anymore until like the 70th, 80th minute. When the tide starts to change, a good manager changes something. Maresca sits back and watches. And he does it again and again. It's like he doesn't learn from mistakes. And I don't understand why. With this, obviously, people say that we have 111 in the cup, 111 in the league. The players shouldn't be tired. But with the amount that we press, 60, 70 minutes, a lot of our attackers and midfielders who play every single Premier League game, they're tired. They need to be changed. Something needs to be tinkered. He doesn't do it. At Leicester, they were 30 points ahead last season in the Championship. 30 points ahead.
You're 30 points?
30.
That's unheard of.
30 points ahead. Are you hearing me? 30 points ahead. I think they ended the season, was it like 12, even less than that. I think it's less than 10 points.
The lead got cut.
Cut.
A lot.
He doesn't change. He doesn't adapt. I don't know what's wrong with him. I don't get it. What top level manager sees something going wrong and just says, okay, I'm just going to let it play out?
Yeah, I thought it was really weird because I was watching that game and I think I'd heard a lot about the subs and I noticed that he doesn't make subs at the right time. But even just like the game management in terms of just judging the tide of the game. Like, I'm sorry, those first 10 minutes, that Kuzanov kid, he was, when it was panning him, he was under pressure. You know, when you can break somebody today. And listen, it's a bit, it's a bit savage, but bro, as a man, you got to lock on.
Lock in,
bro,
yeah.
they've gone up and they're kind of sitting off trying to wait for City. No, bro, this kid can't deal with it right now. High press, double press on him, shout it from the sidelines and get that second goal.
But where was Cole Palmer?
That's a good question.
Where's the star boy?
It's just like
another big game.
Second half, the whole team drops off. Like I don't
So you don't blame Palmer.
I don't actually. You
Your
can't
best
just blame
players
him.
have to step
Of
up,
course,
though.
but I don't know what goes on in that dressing room at halftime. We have in the last 6 games, we haven't gone into that dressing room at halftime and come out a better team at all. We beat Wolves the other week. Even that, the second half, we weren't a better team. How can the manager's halftime team talk make a team worse, bro?
They
What
do
is he
know me.
saying?
Normally, I'm used to maybe under Mourinho, under better managers. Maybe we have a shoddy first half. They go into that changing room and they come out a different team.
Yeah, Mourinho used to.
That's what a manager should be doing.
Yeah. So you don't think, but given Palmer, he's got best in the league shouts and this and that. That's another big.
Palmer's not the
game.
best player in the league. I've never said Palmer's the best
But he
player.
never
in the league.
performs in any big games. Really?
Not
This
any.
season.
This season.
Last season, he performed in multiple big games.
I thought he was good last season. Big
He
game.
was okay. Yeah,
Even the game against City,
City, yeah.
he was
that's the one that
amazing.
comes to
United
mind.
one as
But-
well.
United.
United games.
I don't count
Is
United.
United even a big game right now?
But against like Liverpool, Arsenal, City, in the total, he's played probably like 6 times now.
But
Maybe
these
more.
are very cagey affairs. Like, it's what Arsenal player stood out.
Yeah, I know, but we have the same problem. But it's about
Salah stands out.
it's about a moment of magic, and Saka scores in them games as well. But like, it's about a moment of magic that like you need in these matches. Because Jackson, you've already said Jackson's not really going to help you out in these sort of matches because like his finishing is hit and miss.
Surely, yeah.
But like offensively, you got Madueke and Sancho. They're hit and miss as well. So Palmer's the only one who's really the most consistent attacker you have. So in these big matches, for you to get anything out of these games, bar a mistake like we saw, he has to step up.
I agree with you. This is Palmer's second full season in like top flight
men's
football.
football, yeah.
Like it's his second full season.
And,
like,
and I've got no problem with that. I just want us to know now, and I think it's clear. Well, yeah, it is his second full season, and that's fair enough. And he's an excellent talent. But all of this talk about best player in the league, no, he's a great talent.
I disagree with that anyway. Like, I feel like there's at least 5 or 6 players who are better than him in this Premier League.
Fantastic. But you've been quite level-headed
Yeah.
about him. But other Chelsea fans have been given all of this. This guy's Salah's son.
Okay, but Chelsea.
This guy's even Saka's
Chelsea
son.
have been suffering for a long time. Yeah, we had one player who
He's
was
Haaland's son.
bringing us joy.
I don't like that.
He is, though. He's not with the top player. You think he's as good as Haaland?
Oh hell no.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't like him.
Chelsea fans have been suffering for a long time. We had one good player that brought us joy. We're gonna like cling
Nah.
on as much as we
yeah.
can. Any fan base will do the same.
Yeah, and you're going to receive these cookings when he plays like that. But anyway, we need to quickly talk about City. We've done a lot on Chelsea.
I don't think
So-
City were that good, by the way. I genuinely don't think they were that good.
What
They
did
did
he
enough
do?
to win.
They did enough to win. And I think there were some stand-up performances. I think we got to give...
Yeah.
I thought Haaland was good for those 2 goals. I feel like he did some proper old school striker play. It ain't too hard.
That goal for Foden, by the way. You know when Haaland's is a nightmare. You know when he holds on to you like this, like the defender. He's like, stay here with me. I'm gonna lay it off and spin.
So it
You
was-
as a defender, you just need to get off.
Yeah.
You just need to run away from.
Cole, no sense.
He done that to Rob Holding. He gives me nightmares.
Bro,
when he does
Cole-
that.
Cole-
Your last
very
man and he's
strong as
pinned
well.
you, bro.
Yeah,
Cole,
but like-
get back
Yeah.
off.
Get off him.
But
Like,
he's there
get off
trying to
him.
battle. You're not
Don't
gonna
do
win.
it.
Don't
You're not
do
gonna
it,
win,
bro.
and then he gets pinned.
Physically.
Pass on to Foden through
long.
goal.
Goal, yeah.
Yeah. And then obviously he scores the second goal as well. We've spoken about that.
And then after the game, Palmer's there chatting to Pep like they're buddies or something. It's cool.
Yeah.
like-
On the pitch is nasty. In
Yeah.
the tunnel,
Yeah,
whatever.
he should've
but
done it on the
after a
pitch.
loss.
After a loss, that's the thing.
Yeah,
After a
yeah,
loss, And he's there smiling after a loss, being all buddy. I get it. You used to play for the club, but it's like, come
It's a
on.
bit sickening for you.
And if it was just a game like Chelsea we've been doing well in the season. We had a good recent few fixtures, and it's just a loss that happened. But we've lost quite a few games in this run. Like it's time to we need to be serious. We need to get our season back in gear. But
Foden 6 goals in 4. Is he back?
I don't want to say he's back because this is what happens all the time, and then the media starts running with it, saying he's back to his best and stuff like that. He's improving, obviously. Like at the start of the season, he wasn't doing anything really. But for someone who's PFA Player of the Year, I need to see more than 4 games of like good performances, and one of them was against Ipswich. So like I need to see a more consistent run. If he keeps up to the end of the season, then I'll be like, yeah, maybe he is back. But at the moment, let's give him some time. I like the dynamics of Marmoush in there now as well. Obviously with Haaland, so they've got more of attacking threat. That helps Foden. More attacking players on the
I'm
pitch.
sure
helps him.
the aesthetics. I like it.
He has the aesthetics, bro.
Yeah,
He's
he's
fast as
yeah,
well.
he's got hunger
runs
to.
in behind.
Yeah, he's got hunger to get him behind.
Oh, wow, Teta, man.
Would have been a good signing for
Would've been
you.
a great
Yeah.
signing.
I thought what else was quite interesting is that City's fullbacks were high that game.
Vardy was basically a striker. I'm so
Bro.
sorry. You know how many?
Yeah.
Like he was ahead of every other City player, one-on-one with the goalkeeper a couple times. Like,
Bro,
what's going on?
chances in
even
the
the goal,
first half,
even the
bro.
goal they scored.
Yeah.
Nunez goes in first.
Yeah.
Their right back. His shot gets deflected and then he gets tapped in by their left back.
Yeah,
I thought it was very interesting to see the way that Pep he just does some real
He's tinkering now.
tinkering,
He's
very
trying.
interesting things on the pitch. And I think it was very hard for your players to track their runs going beyond the
'Cause
defense.
They run inside.
Yeah.
So what,
and then
are City back then?
I don't think they're back. I would
Back to
say,
what?
but they're
Like, can they get back into this?
They're not as shit as they were before. They're a decent team now. Like they went on a run where they didn't win like 11.
But they were still bad in midweek against PSG. PSG
They'll-
battered them.
In the first half, they were okay.
The first half they were okay, but they've lost control of the game. Like,
Yeah, no, because I still don't think they're quite where they are.
Yeah,
they used to be,
exactly.
but I feel like now you're starting to see, and I think once these signings start to gel in as well, they're going to be decent. I think they're going to get top 4.
yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think so.
I think they're going to get top 4.
You don't think they're gonna get top 4?
Well, man, them like Marmoush, the kid looks good.
Bro, they'll get top
To be
4.
fair, I don't know about that Cousin-off kid, but even still, but they still got they got some good players.
Yeah.
top 4.
So who's top 4 for you lot then?
Well, us two, I think City will get in there, and then
The last one's up for grabs.
Arsenal's not for grabs.
I think
you
if
think City are
Chelsea,
definitely in a better
Forest.
position than Chelsea then.
Villa.
Not currently, but I feel like they can get there.
I see them going like this,
Yeah.
I don't really know where you guys are
Yeah,
going.
yeah.
Because I would call it like that, and I would say you're looking at Forest. You know, they lost 5-0 today to Bournemouth. I've always said I feel like they can tail off, but I'm just like I'm looking at Chelsea. And are you doing enough to even
Sorry.
take that off them?
I don't want to go back to Maresca quickly, but he said something in a press conference. He said that we're better now than we were 2 months ago. This guy's sick.
Manager says stuff though.
We can't go into the
Bro.
details of that, but I hear
Sorry,
you.
let me not even get
Anyway, cool. Spurs, bro.
Oh my god.
Our second topic, bro. What's happening? So Spurs, 15th. I think they've lost 7 of their last 8.
Damn.
Something like that. It's crazy. It's crazy. The run is crazy. I don't have the exact quote, but the run. Spurs have lost a lot of football games.
Whilst having an R9 resurgence as well.
And they are currently 15th in the table.
Yeah, we're
You
1
know,
point above Everton. We have a game in hand.
Everton have a game in hand on you.
Yeah, because the double game week against you, innit?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cancelled. So yeah, we
Have
can be
a game.
16th very soon.
Jeez.
Jeez. Wow.
What's gone wrong?
First and foremost, it's always levy out.
Okay.
Regardless of anything else I'm gonna say, it's always levy out.
Okay.
It's not changed at all. But Ange is really incompetent.
Okay.
He really is. And people say injuries, scrap injuries. At a certain point in the season, you manage what you have. You're a manager, so you coach them. Yeah? To get to where we are and to be 15th in the league, January 26th, no outfield players signed. How?
It's crazy.
No, but how? And people say, oh, but injuries and all this, it's air. We've been, since our run last season, when we went on that 10-game streak, whatever, after that Chelsea game, was that November 2023, till now, have we been a good side? So it's not injuries. So don't tell me about Van der Ven, Romero, Madison. It's not injuries. It's the manager, and it's the players, and it's the chairman.
What's the
It's
manager
whole
doing
club.
wrong though?
What's he doing right? What's he doing? What's he doing right?
So
We
you
still don't know how we play.
You have a highline attacking philosophy.
They don't manage games.
But you can't play attacking, and there's no patterns of play when we're attacking.
So you don't think he has created any patterns of play at
I can't see them. Every game is Russian roulette. Every game's the same.
Didn't one
We
player
still
come,
have-
one player come out and say that he doesn't do tactics?
Eric Dyer said that he doesn't do tactics in training. I don't know what that means. So I don't know what they do when they're out on the grass.
Yeah.
But it's very,
I don't know.
Andy's very well.
There is a bit. I do kind of agree with you. I think there's some principles at play. Like there's certain things when Spurs go out. There's things that they do. You know, the high line is there. They play. They play it across the floor. They try and play it quickly in between the lines. But yeah, I say that in terms of patterns of play is a bit muddled, I would say.
But play to your strengths, because who's playing the ball across the floor? Brennan Johnson, Timo Werner.
You don't rate
Dragerson.
Like, God bless him. Honestly, God bless him, because he's trying his best. He can see he's struggling, but he's trying his best. But the team is just not good enough across the board.
Yeah.
He's got to take responsibility in it. As bad as the team is, we've lost to Ipswich. We gave them their first win of the season. We gave Palace their first win of the season. We drew to Leicester opening game. We lost to Leicester. We lost to Everton. These are all teams in the bottom.
Leicester had
relegation.
lost like 7 games on the
in a
spin.
row.
7
They
in a
play
row.
us at home, and we lose to them.
So you Ange out.
Hear what? I'm not Ange out, and I'll tell you why. The last game I went to was a North London derby in September, and after that game, unprovoked, he said, "I always win a trophy in my second season." Okay. So you're not going anywhere. You're going to be here until May.
Okay.
And then we'll see. Because you told me, for no reason, after we lose a game of that importance, that you're going to win a trophy in your second season. So let's see it.
Fairs. You want to
Let's
see
see
it?
it.
Do you back him to do that there?
My brother. I'll say it again for you. We lost to Ipswich. We lost to Everton, Leicester. No, I don't.
I've got a bit of confusion, yeah. Do you feel like the players are actually playing for Ange? Because earlier on in the season, yes, you didn't have consistent form, but there'll be games where you see Ange's philosophy, you see Ange's football, and it works very well. That game against City, amazing. You lot were phenomenal that day. Like, so we see the players can play the system and it can work. What's the issue now? Are they not playing for him? Are they not listening to him?
I think the players are still playing for him.
Really?
I think they're giving their everything. I'm aware. I say injuries are air to an extent. The players are knackered. Certain men are playing game after game. People are playing against all sorts of opponents. We played against Tamworth. We to bring in players. Even that. Sorry, I'm talking about Leicester and Everton. We played against Tamworth, non-league. Yeah.
must beat you.
There's a guy who's a sales assistant for Zara, giving us hell. Like, I'm watching my man give us hell. And he's just here just because. He just like his power league later on. He's here just because, giving us hell.
Okay.
So there's only so much grace you can give somebody when we're playing a non-league team. I don't expect anyone who plays Vanarama, North, whatever, to lose to a non-league team. A non-league team took us to extra time. We
That's
had
not
to
the-
bring on
that's not the manager's
Solanke
fault.
and Son and all these guys
not the manager's
to
fault.
beat. Okay, say it's not. Doesn't explain
As
everything else.
As a Premier League team, you should be against Tamworth. You should be able to put out anyone you want and win the
Should
game.
have been the young boys.
Yeah.
And should have
But
been.
it shows that there's a bit that
There's something else wrong.
I don't think all the players are playing for them. I think there's a core group. Like you look at guys like Kulusevski, always giving 100%.
Yeah.
There's other guys, you know, like Sarr always gives it Solanke. Those guys, but there's other guys like you're looking at Basuma.
Yeah.
You
But
know what I
I
mean?
think Basuma struggles with other things. He's got other things going on. Why he's not
fair.
performing. But even you mentioned Solanke. We bought Solanke from Bournemouth. Great signing, by the way. Bournemouth lost their star player to us. Bournemouth had numerous injuries this season.
Yeah,
Bournemouth have lost like 8, 9, 10 players this season. Look how they're performing.
It's true.
So
Manager.
so it's the manager. So I don't want to hear about injuries.
Fair.
Of course, injuries impact teams. Absolutely. Yes, we're missing starters. Fine. However, you're the manager, so then coach the team. Can you only coach the team if they have our best players out? Is that the truth?
It's true.
You need your team to be the starting 11 to be fit every game to get results. Otherwise, you can't coach them. So then cut.
One thing I was saying to you earlier is that I don't like the way Andrew approaches the media as well. Like when he asks him questions, he's quite sensitive.
What's all this looking down at the ground as well, bro?
Gets triggered.
Coughing all over the ground.
Bro, make eye contact.
You don't like hearing different
who,
questions.
Yeah, who wants to see your manager after a loss looking down at the ground, not facing what you train,
lost
you
the
know, in the
game,
week, what you're the head of. I'm like,
And
bro,
he's trying to do like this noble thing. Like if there's any problems or it comes back to me, like put my head on the stick. Yeah,
bro, yeah.
we know. Bro, we are. Like, and faced with these questions, he seems like he's like almost above reproach. It's like you're not Pep or one of these guys to even have that kind of
He hasn't done
attitude.
enough in the game.
No,
for-
nowhere near,
Like,
bro.
face these questions and answer them properly.
Yeah,
He's very
But
Australian, though.
you said the question here that obviously Ange said that in his second season he
Yeah.
always wins a trophy. And he said that unprovoked. So now you want to see him go to the end of the season. Last week on the pod, Jalen came out and said, realistically, when you're looking at Spurs, and as an Arsenal fan, they're probably a little bit coded there, but he said you guys would take 15th on a trophy. Would you do that?
The only trophy I'm taking to finish 15th is Europa League.
Oh, okay.
That's the only trophy I'm taking.
How's
to
it looking in
15th.
Europa League right now?
We're pretty much secure,
Okay.
more or
Yeah, I
less.
think that-
we got
that-
we got one game left in it, but we're more or less secure in it. But that's the only trophy I'm taking to finish 15th.
So, but you take that. You give him a. So if he finishes 15th, he wins the League Cup, which is in the semi-final of now, and 1-0 up. You're not gonna sack him.
Oh, for the League Cup, win us a trophy in Cup then. I don't think League Cup at
Okay.
15th is good enough.
So you sack him. So
Yeah.
you'd be like, thank you very much,
I
and
think-
you sack
But at
him.
the
think
end of
it's-
the season, you'd sack.
Yeah, I think
I hear it.
15th.
That's prideful. That's
15th
kind
and
of-
16th is very low. To be where we are right now, it's not
really-
like if you come like even Chelsea were bad. If they came like 8th or 9th or 10th, but won Europa League or FA Cup, you could say rough season, but whatever. But 15th, 16th, you can't brush it. It's hard to look at that and say we're still going to give you trust. And Ange's getting a lot of love and a big blight from people. If this was Conte doing this with this team, there'd be no mercy. If Mourinho weren't playing with young guys, was bleeding out these guys saying, injuries, whatever, people would be on Mourinho's neck. Those guys got a lot less grace.
Yeah.
Poch had a lot of good grace in his system. Poch earned it. Poch earned every bit of respect he could have got. He deserved to stay longer, like considering how we're treating Ange now.
Yeah.
Poch got cut.
Yeah.
Poch got to
they
CL
were
final,
ruthless with
and then
Poch.
6 months later, he was gone.
That was more a difference between like the manager and the ownership. They were arguing quite a lot. Poch
I'm saying
was
that
coming
these
up
owners
to
don't
But
know
then
ball,
Ange is getting this good grace then for being a yes man.
yeah, that's what they want.
But Ange is
So
still
that's
calling
not
for
football.
players though. But yeah, I think Ange and Levy are getting along a lot more because Ange has no choice, really. I think.
This is going to be the best job
Ange
probably
will
Ange could get. So he's like, where was he before? Yokohama Marinas or in the A-League?
Celtic is a bigger job than.
No, it's
It
not.
is,
No, it's
No
not.
club in
Stop.
Scotland is, man.
No club in Scotland is.
They're
Bro,
low.
man leaves.
Spurs are a bigger club, but
No, bro, man leaves Celtic and go to. Gerrard left Rangers and went to Aston Villa.
Roger's done the same thing and went. Like,
Went to Leicester. Roger went Celtic to Leicester. Bro, it's not. It's not
not
even
at all.
close. Bro, the Scottish League is. Come on. In fact, never. Sorry.
That's the bib.
Bro,
you might show
that's the
Spurs
bit of his head.
Spurs too much respect.
Nah,
man.
but
That's
No,
not
it's
about
not-
any,
it's
like,
not
team
even
in the-
about-
any team in the Prem, not even about Spurs. Any
Bro,
team in the Prem.
team in the Prem, bro. That's literally not a relegation battling team. Any proven Prem team.
You're cutting and
over.
going there.
Top
Ange
six,
do all
top
he
6
can
teams
to
way
stay
bigger.
at
Yeah.
Spurs, like, Ange will stay at Spurs for as long as he can.
Yeah,
He ain't
but I
getting
think it's
that.
interesting what you say about Levy, like the fact that you did start with him, because I do think he's a major problem. Because I do say Spurs have spent money in it, and should be in a lot better position than he is. But you got to be careful with that Levy guy. They bought a lot of young, unproven players.
Yeah.
And that's because they're on low wages. And it's just like, you're putting these kids out here. These kids can't, like, they
That's the
can't
telling me, like,
perform.
Hotep
That's
Bro, you got 18-year-olds. Bro, you got to watch it.
You don't
bro.
know about that.
They've got 18-year-olds. They've got Archie Gray playing out. Like,
Gray,
they're not.
Gray, brother.
Archie Gray.
Yeah.
That's what I said, John.
You did not say that.
Oh, it's Archie Gray. They got playing out of position and stuff. You're not getting in proven talent to help out the manager.
It's just low wages. It's guys you can get on low wages. Forget about the fees, transfer fees. It's the low wages you offer. We can't attract top players because we offer low wages. And now, where are we? We're 15th, can be 16th. If we finish low this season, summer will come, say, we can't attract the right players because we're not in Europe, so we're going to have to kind of slug it out this season. It all is a cycle. So people say about Levy in the stadium, it's air. Talk to me about Levy, talk to me about football as well. What's he done for us in a football context? I don't want to hear about the hotels. I don't want to hear about Beyonce or Oasis get back together. I don't want to hear about any of that. Tell me about Levy and
Okay.
actual football.
We've got to move on.
Well, I've got a devil advocate here. He's he employed Conte, Mourinho. He's tried to bring in managers who have a track record of winning. So surely he does want winning to see winning on the pitch. No?
He doesn't, because he hired Mourinho, and 6 days before a final against Pep,
But why did
sacked
he
him
hire Mourinho?
to win a trophy? No.
Okay, so
So why-
he wants to see the team win.
So how can you hire a man to win a trophy and then sack him before he can win a trophy?
There's politics behind the Mourinho sacking. If
Brother.
Mourinho won that trophy, there's no way he's like. Levy
You
can
know
get
what?
rid of him.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
it's not about
So it's
trophies,
not-
Ben. It's
So
about
he's,
other stuff.
Yeah, he sacked Mourinho.
Was Mourinho good for Spurs in the long term?
No, he wasn't. But you could have let him go and win that trophy. But he didn't want Mourinho to win the trophy. He didn't want Mourinho to stay because Mourinho was starting to call him out. You gotta have.
Mourinho would have got like
Because
a bigger paycheck or whatever.
he
else
didn't
from it.
believe that Mourinho was good for the team long term.
But you should just have.
Success long term.
So then why do you not listen? It can't be about trophies. He sacked Mourinho before a final versus Pep Guardiola and gave it to a 28-year-old Ryan Mason. Please do not tell me it's about anything other than trophies or other than money. It's impossible.
You don't
It's
hire,
Mourinho
you
versus
don't,
Pep in
you
the
don't hire
final.
Mourinho because you want to save money.
I do think
No,
he
we
wanted.
hired Mourinho to win trophies.
That
And then
in
when-
itself
and then
is an
when it came to-
example.
And then when it came to a final where you actually win a trophy, he sacked him.
So he changed midway, is what you're saying.
Yes, he did. That's exactly what he did.
He's corrupt.
The thing is,
That's what I'm saying. He's a sicko and he's corrupt.
like, he did win a trophy, but when he was like, "Oh, is it me or those trophies?" he said, "It's me every day of the week," and that's what with Levy. He's a serious narcissist, you know. Like he comes before anybody.
Even when you listen to him talk, bro, cold-blooded killer.
Narcissism and failure is a mad combination.
Anyway, we got to move on. But good conversation still. The title race. So not
What
talking
race?
about higher up at the end of the table. Sorry,
You
guys.
say what race?
I still think it's on. I still think it's on. So Arsenal, should we start off with you?
Yeah, sure.
Corruption.
Yeah.
where we got
Alleged corruption. Obviously, you won in the end, but I think
did, yeah.
where we have to start off with is how did you feel watching Miles Lewis-Skelly getting sent off for a tactical foul on the edge of his own box?
First half.
In the first half.
Also, just before you come in, it's rumoured that PG Moore are going to stand on their decision. Sky Sports released a tweet today saying that they said that the tackle was extremely late and high, and they're backing his decision, but they deleted it kind of like an hour
Let me
later.
talk on that one first, yeah, because I saw that tweet where it says, "Oh, they tried to explain why the red card was given and why it's been upheld," and then at the end they said Michael Oliver's been subjected to social media abuse. First of all, I've never seen this guy on social media in my life. I've never seen any of his accounts on Twitter or Instagram. So I don't even know that he has an account.
Yeah, people insulting him in social media.
Secondly, and the fact that they've deleted it, I have a problem with Sky Sports for a lot of things, but they are pretty much a mouthpiece for PGMOL and the referees, and they do the best they can to like support them through whatever issues. They have that stupid Ref Watch program on Mondays where Dermot Gallagher just agrees with everything the refs did that week and just explains why they did the crap decision they did and said, "Oh, you would have been looking at this and that." Like, the referees and the pundits in this country don't actually call out the refs for making mistakes, and they like to hide behind each other in his old boys network unless they do something
they
egregious like David Coote doing cocaine and all
They
this
think
crap.
calling out the refs undermines their authority on the
Exactly,
pitch.
but I mean, they're happy to call out players, managers, fans at times, and that undermines their status in the game as well. So I don't understand why referees are immune from criticism, particularly in this instance. Like, Michael Oliver is a crook. Like, that was an absolutely egregious decision, and VAR is arguably worse.
What did he see that made him think? Yeah,
I have no idea what they've seen, but what they claim to have seen is that Lewis Skelly rakes down the shin of the player he injured before he comes down to the foot, and he barely touched
They
his
slowed
shin.
it down. That's why they thought, like,
Yeah.
in real time. that's
Slowing
what
it
was
down
happening.
is supposed to make it easier to overturn. Like,
I think
It looks worse
Michael
if you slow
Oliver,
it
the
down.
decision is terrible. VAR not overturning
VAR
it
not overturning
is
it.
insanity.
Because, like, at least send them to the monitor to at least look at it. Like,
VAR can only overturn if they believe it's
and it was, bro. It was clear and obvious.
That's one of the worst decisions I've ever seen.
Bro,
the
that's
referee
such
has
a yellow
clear-
card,
Referee has
bro.
a clear vision of it.
That's such
And
a
he's-
yellow
he's
card,
decided
bro.
VAR's
Like,
not gonna
it's
overturn.
so
clear and
far
obvious.
away from goal.
Yeah.
The guy isn't really complaining for a red card. He's just complaining for like a tactical yellow. That's a clear tactical foul yellow card. We see it every week, and like, it's not a dangerous tackle. It's not reckless or anything. He just tripped him up.
He trips him up.
And the worst part is that João Gomez gets sent off in the second half for a second yellow. And the second yellow he gets sent off for is worse than the red card that Lewis Skelly got sent off for. But he's not going to miss 3 games, and Lewis Skelly is. And now he's probably our best left back.
you
He's
appealing?
out. I don't even think we need to appeal. They should just overturn it. But if they don't, we will have to appeal, because this is a terrible
They ever
decision.
just overturned it by themselves.
Sometimes if VAR's made an error, like, they will just say, okay,
Yeah, they
we'll
just say we made a
rescind it.
mistake, yeah.
But I guess we will have to appeal, because they tried to take the game from us. I'm not even trying to be a conspiracy guy, but like, some of these refs, like, they are trying to destroy our season. Like, there's been games throughout the season where
I'm
we
so
talk about
angry that these guys have
where we
ammo.
talk about
this one's valid.
No, because this season's not been easy. We've been unlucky with injuries. We haven't played well, like, in some matches. But the referees have been harsher on Arsenal than any other team, and I won't take no for an answer. They invented a bullshit rule to kicking the ball away to get a yellow card, and only enforced it against our players, and then didn't enforce it ever again until like a few weeks ago, because they wanted to deter other players from doing
I don't know
it.
if
That That cost us 4
I
points.
don't know if you saw Cucurella's hair get dragged this
I don't
season.
care about, bro.
And they did nothing about that.
Go
one.
A-star, go get a haircut, bro. I don't care about that, yeah.
Defender.
But you're creating new rules to get people sent off and then only enforcing it against Arsenal. I mean, there's always been times where like Arsenal players have either not been protected or been harshly treated. Michael Oliver, in particular, last season against Man City when he's not giving Kovacic a second yellow for a very bad challenge, yeah. I hate this guy, bro. And then like Wolves, back at Molineux. Remember when he sent off Martinelli for throwing the ball?
Okay.
Like,
Come
on, man.
It needs to be relevant
So
now.
you feel like there's something against Arsenal?
I'm not saying it's like a conspiracy, like a deliberate thing, but like I feel like refs are more harsh on Arsenal because maybe the perception of Arsenal as a team influences the way
the manager.
and maybe they don't like the way the manager's outspoken. But luckily,
you think maybe that history of being like the foreign team against Man United back in the day, there's still a bit of that.
I don't even think it's a foreign thing, to be honest. I don't think it's a foreign thing. I think it's a Wenger complaining about refs thing and Arteta, calling PGMO a disgrace and stuff like that.
Arteta on the
They'll do it. Yeah,
Which
they'll
they
do
are.
it.
Arteta on the touchline is very vocal
And
towards
he's
refs as well.
very vocal. Yeah.
I don't think any of the refs actually like him.
First, I thought it was a ridiculous decision. Man.
But the game
anyway,
itself
we
was
gotta move on.
we recovered well. We won the game, but
Good finish.
Good goal.
yeah, it was a good goal as well. So it just keeps us in it. If we had drawn that game, I'd have said it's over. Like we're not winning the title. And to be honest, I still don't. I'm not confident we'll win the league. I'm more confident in the Champions League, to be honest, than the league. But I think
What?
yeah, no, bro. I've been saying
You
it.
think Arsenal can win the
Trophy
Champions?
they've never won before.
Comparatively, you
I've
say.
been thinking about this for a long time, and I feel like we have a great chance of winning because we're in the top 8. And I feel like the Champions League.
Great chance.
I feel like in some ways, and you might sound weird, but the Champions League is in some ways easier to win than the league.
You haven't won it before.
I
Stop
know,
saying
I
this.
know that. I know that, bro. But like, it's more easy to have a Cinderella story in Europe than it is in the league. I know we've seen some
Okay.
examples, but like, think about times where teams haven't had great league seasons, but they've had good Champions League seasons. Like when Arsenal made the final, we nearly came 5th that year to Tottenham. Like Tottenham nearly came 4th. When Chelsea won the Champions League the first time, they were like 6th in the league.
yeah.
All you
Newcastle
need in
were
the
the
Champions League to win is like 6 or 7 really good nights. Like where your team is at it, the fans are at it. You don't even need to win both
Arsenal
legs.
a one-off night type of team.
Because we're so defensively set up, so strong, if we don't make mistakes on that particular given night, we are hard to score against. And then all it takes is 1 or 2 chances or like a penalty shootout or just a little chance here and there. And that's why I think we're set up to
In
do
the
well.
Champions League, you need magic players to do that.
You do need magic players. But I still feel like as a team, we're hard to create chances against. I feel like in the league, you have to be more consistent
So
every
you're
week.
backing Arsenal to win the Champions
I'm
League?
not backing them to win it. I feel like we have a good
it's a higher
chance.
possibility than the
I
Premier League.
think we have a higher possibility of winning the Champions League than the league. Yeah.
Then the league.
'Cause I think
Will
the
you
league-
win the Champions League?
Will we win the Champions League? It's the next stage in the evolution of the team, so maybe I'd say it may be just a bit too soon. But I wouldn't be surprised if we went to the latter stages. It
Just
depends on the
answering
draw.
questions like such a politician.
If I get to the semi-finals, then anything can happen. I would want to get to the semis minimum, though. But do you think
We
we
say minimum or what?
or minimum or what? Or then it's a disappointing season. If we don't win the league and we don't win the Champions League, the spotlight is on Arteta. Like, and if we don't see that,
What does that mean?
well, there's some people that want Arteta out. Like right now, I'm not one of those people.
But in the
But
season.
I understand that people would want to feel like, has Arteta taken us as far as he can go with the team that he has? Like we got to second, we nearly won the league twice. If it's another season finishing second, but to a different team, that hurts a lot more because it's not Man City. So it's a question of, maybe Arteta's not the guy to get us over the line. Maybe just one little change at management will get us there, and we'll have to see. I'm also onto KSC with the recruitment as well. Like we so badly need an attacker in this window. Like we are not that far away from being a really, really good winning team in both competitions, but we just need to spend.
Fairs, man. Cool. Liverpool 4, Ipswich 1. A real dominant performance. Did you guys watch it? No. I can't lie. They didn't have a sniff, bro. Trying to keep up that deep block. We were moving the ball so smoothly.
Birch, Szoboszlai, Gakpo, Trent, Salah, outstanding. Sorry.
Outstanding, absolutely, bro.
Gakpo was especially good.
Gakpo was really good. 2 goals. I honestly feel like if you're looking at Gakpo this season, he's one that a lot of people are critical of. Me and you, we saw a player in them for a while, and if you're actually thinking about it, like Gakpo this season, he might be the best left winger in the league. In terms of over the season. I'm not saying
He's
overall,
been very good. He's been very good.
but he's in terms of performances, he's been there, and I think he deserves a lot of credit for that because a lot of people wrote him off. I don't think for all the good Klopp did, I don't think he managed him the best. Had him playing 8, right wing, striker, everywhere but his best position
is
really
insane.
on the left wing. Don't speak on someone that has the Champions League.
His Klopp is still insane.
But
his coaching.
no, honestly,
we saw in the Euros, he was amazing at the Euros
Yeah,
on the left wing. Like, and when I was watching, I was like, I haven't seen this player before. Like I haven't seen him at Liverpool at all.
Yeah, legit.
Why is he not playing there for Liverpool? And this
And
season, he has.
now we're starting to see it, man. An absolute credit to him, man. Yeah, no, as you said, like, yeah,
goals,
really
3
good
assists in
performance.
the league
Too.
so far.
Yeah, exactly. What'd you say, sorry?
8 goals and 3 assists in the league.
Very,
Decent
very
for
respectable
this.
10. I think he's gonna get over 10. He'll get over 5 assists.
Especially because he wasn't actually starting the season at left wing. Diaz was your left wing at the start.
Yeah,
of
and
the
then
season as
he
well.
took his chin.
Yeah.
You know, he did really well.
I see you been gassing Gravenberch a lot as well. Like,
Yeah, I have been, and like our midfield in general was such a unit today. And like you just look at, I think someone said that window now last summer, you know, it's such a great gift from Klopp, and you're looking at it, it's like it's one of the best summer windows around in terms of whole midfield rebuild needed. We've got Szoboszlai and
Szoboszlai is good enough
McAllister
for
in.
Liverpool.
Endo.
And do I think Szoboszlai is good enough for Liverpool?
Yeah.
Yes, of course. Did you watch him yesterday? Sorry.
Good performance yesterday. I don't think he's the level of the rest of your midfield and the rest of your players.
Nah, he is. He had a bit of a drop off. I'm not gonna lie. Had a period where I was questioning him, but he's an asset to the team. We missed him when he was ill, you know, a couple of weeks ago. The pressing, the work he does off the ball, he's getting a lot cleaner on the ball, and he's like getting his decision making sorted.
like Mason Mount,
He's a
too.
key part of the team. And that, can you say he's a Mason Mount?
Yeah, man.
Nah. Well, Mason Mount was a good player in his prime. In like, you know,
You about to say it's prime, innit?
his prime. Yeah, that's the thing. Well,
It's like later Chelsea years.
yeah, later Chelsea is now. Well, what we'll look at probably being his prime. Guys cooked physically, but yeah, no, Szoboszlai was superb, man. I saying that he's questioning whether he's good enough for Liverpool. He's definitely good enough. He's a great asset to the team, man. He was superb, man. The baby KDB shouts might be back on.
Allow him, man.
Nah, I'm joking. But yeah, nah, it was so good in terms of a performance. We win again, and I think now you're looking at it like we're in a real good position. But I'm thinking, I still think a lot of people. I know I talked the big talk last week because I was in the mood to do so, but there's still a lot of football to play. You know, you're looking at it now. Bournemouth next week away. With the way the Prem's set up, you're
Guys, bro, it's nearly February, man. You're still not confident. Like, you're so
no,
confident.
because with the way the Prem's set up, there's a tough game. You know, in and around like
But
all the time.
You've won a lot of those games. Like,
We've won a lot of those games.
So,
Yeah.
like, why
I fancy us, but it's not over. Like Bournemouth away now. The game in hand is away against Goodison. Goodison that are now
Shiver me timbers, bro. Come on, man.
Revitalized under Moyes.
Revitalize. They've won one game. Like,
Yes.
And this is going to be their last.
Two.
This is the
Yeah.
last.
I know it's the last
Merseyside
derby.
derby.
Bro, we
Listen, that's going to be a game.
Bro, they
Moyes
are.
is in their tunnel.
We
That's
don't win a lot.
gonna be a
Yeah,
game.
Up for it.
historically, in terms of the differences between the quality of the two clubs, we do not win enough at Goodison. We draw there a lot.
And because it's probably going to be an evening. It's an evening game, isn't
it'll
it?
be evening.
Goodison under the lights.
Yeah, long day.
Listen, I fancy us, and also you guys. You know, the problem is as well. Even though I think we will drop points, you know,
we're gonna be
more
there
so.
to
I just think Arsenal will do so as well because they just don't really give me that confidence.
We don't
this
have
season.
the attack to really catch up in terms of points, in my opinion. Like, you
Yeah,
guys
or the
are far
bottle or
ahead.
the character.
No, we have the character. In fact, we argue we have more character than you guys. But,
yeah, if you say
we don't
so.
have the attacking firepower.
Yeah,
you
if
guys
you
have
say
Salah. If Salah's not scoring, Gakpo's scoring. If one of our players isn't scoring, we're done for, bro. We're looking at Gabriel or Saliba to score from a corner. Like, that's the difference between us two.
Yeah, but very quickly, Gravenberch is the best midfielder in the league this season. I just wanted to get that out as well.
Declan Rice.
No, he's not. Declan Rice didn't start well enough. I think Declan Rice has been good in the past couple of weeks, but
Declan
there's
Rice
no
is always
chance.
better in big
Gravenberch
games.
has been
In the big games,
consistent
Gravenberch is
over this. Do you want to let me speak?
You can talk over your-
Okay,
it's Declan
cool.
Rice.
Okay, let me finish, please. Okay, you can come in
Your
afterwards.
turns, firstly. Like, what's all this Liverpool energy coming up?
Ready to top of the league, but no, Gravenberch has been the best midfielder in the league this season in terms of the consistency that you see. You just think about the story as well. Him coming in, you know, being an 8, coming into that 6, the work he does every week in terms of the duels,
guy is a
the
story.
defensive work, and it feeds into it, bro. It's an amazing arc over the
ain't X
season.
Factor, but the
Nah,
story.
it does.
don't
And then
matter.
you look at his quality on the ball as well, his press resistance. Those performances at 6, nobody has been as consistent and as top as he has been. It has been sensational. I'm sorry, Declan Rice, it ain't been as consistent enough over the season.
I mean,
to being compared.
Gravenberch wishes he had Declan Rice's abilities as a 6, but yes, he has been doing well this season. Like, he has been doing well in terms.
Wishes.
Like, in terms of like
Wishes.
In terms of like who's a prototypical.
Rice wishes he could
say
receive
it
the
other
ball on the
way
half
around.
turn
Yes,
like
you can say it other
Gravenberch.
way around.
No.
You could
He
definitely say it other way
wishes.
around.
No,
Rice,
there's-
Rice looks at him with his stiff upper, with his
Rice
stiff lower
with
body.
Gravenberch's
You guys-
ability as a 6, like on the ball ability as a 6, generational.
It would be easier. Rice has less holes in his game than Gravenberch. All he has is that one thing, which is like agility. Gravenberch is still not.
which is zeroing.
It's not zero. It's not zero because you don't even need crazy agility to
Gravenberch
be a
missing?
six. Gravenberch is missing. First of all, some of the defensive motion, some of like the ability to defend on his own, like against multiple players, to hold that pivot by himself. He's still big matches is another thing. When he came to the Emirates, he was terrible. Like
He was not terrible.
He was.
He was not terrible. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't.
He
wasn't.
He got worked.
No, he wasn't.
You was cussing him
He was
that
a bit. He was a bit off it in the
You was
first half.
cussing him that
You guys
game.
played well in the first half.
You was cussing him that game
Okay.
because Rice settled him. Like
No.
you saw him a big boy. Like, you know what I mean? He handled him,
In the
bro.
second half, he was steady. You man did nothing. to him in the
Steady's not.
second
That's
half.
you
He was
gotta be better
steady in
than
the
steady
second
in a
half.
big game.
You
Like,
guys
Rice
were
will show
good
you-
in the first half.
Okay.
Rice will show you an 8 out of 10.
And Gravenberch has performed in big
Gravenberch
games.
will show you
Hey,
8.
stop.
Sometimes he'll show you 4s.
Gravenberch has performed.
Gravenberch
What
is
fours?
good. Yeah. Yes, bro. Sometimes
Yo,
he'll
you
show
lost your mind.
There's times when Gravenberch
We've
is
lost the
just
pod.
not
No, what are you talking
Bro.
about? He's been in the game every single game. He's been so
He's
consistent.
doing well this season, and I'll give him his
Yes,
flowers.
yeah, this
But,
season.
like,
That's what I'm talking about.
If you're looking at a poster of an ideal 6, that's Decker's, bro.
Nah.
He's got the
No,
defensive ability.
Declan Rice is still a better player than
Physical.
Gravenberch,
Oh,
right?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Thank you for that.
No,
Thank you for
he
agreeing
is. He is. Obviously, Gravenberch.
We can move on.
This is his. No. I'm gonna finish my point.
Thank you, bro.
This is Gravenberch's first season coming into the six and really becoming a consistent player. But this season, Gravenberch has been a better player, bro. All right, let's take two neutrals before we just move on. Gravenberch or Rice this season? Gravenberch or Rice this season?
He's a Tottenham and Chelsea fan, by the way.
I feel like Declan showed a higher ceiling.
Thank you very much. That's fine.
Okay,
That's
okay.
one-on-one. That's one-on-one. Let them vote on the reels.
Gravenberch has been more consistent.
So he's been better this season.
I don't know.
The player's been more consistent, surely.
Maybe yeah.
James Milner would have been better than Hazard. Come on, man.
Anyway, we got to move on. Cool. Match roundup. I think we want to do a little bit. Let me just look through the fixtures. But Bournemouth, let's talk Bournemouth 5, Forest 0.
Bournemouth on a crazy run
That's a
right now.
punch.
Yeah, good.
They punched up Newcastle,
Yeah.
Yeah.
knocked out Nottingham Forest. Like serious team there. Like Areola, very good,
He's
very
cold,
good.
fam.
Really
That's-
good manager.
You've got to be trying all you can to get that guy.
Why would he come to us, bro?
It's true, though.
Why? For what?
He might get paid more.
But the football's going to suffer. His career's going to nosedive.
Yeah. Maybe.
And Cliver, amazing.
Yeah, he played really well. You see the goal that got disallowed?
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Oh.
that goal that got disallowed, that's a Messi-esque goal, bro. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, dribbles between two players, bops a 1-2 out of nowhere, smacks it bottom bins. When he scored that, I said, what's going on?
But he hasn't always been this good. I'm so sorry.
No.
He hasn't.
No, he hasn't.
He's showing glimpses, though.
I always thought he was a nice little player, but bro,
he
it's
was decent.
Yeah.
Yeah, now he's a proper goal scorer. Like. But
How-
yeah,
how old is
Forest
he now?
is peak. He must be like
23,
mid-20s, 24 or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Stepping into his prime.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But Forest, they'll move on and they're still doing well. Like they'll just have to charge it. Like sometimes you can just get results like that.
You wanted
Yeah.
to say something about some of their players?
Yeah, Ola Aina, where's the snap, bro? Where's the snap, bro? Lulu, let me see the Snapchat. I didn't see any on the TL. Why not? Why not, bro? I feel like you like sharing with us, you know, the feelings after the game. Guys, the thing is, yeah, no, like I give credit to Forest. They're doing really well. I understand why the players are happy, but you know, and the thing is, you know, continue doing what you're doing. I think it's good for the game. But when you do that, you know, and it doesn't, you know, end up too well for you, I'm gonna be here. And I just find it funny that they were just quite quiet after the game because they've been given a lot, man. The way they're all dancing after the games
you know
and
why he
all
hates
this.
Forest because they've dropped 4 points to them this year.
Yes, yes. And the way Ola Anna was talking yesterday, just like, oh, did Liverpool bust case or did we? Bro, don't have Liverpool's name in your mouth, bro. Focus. Look what's happening against Bournemouth. Yeah, but yeah, I'm just quite happy to see. I've been wanting them to take a bit of a humbling, but they're a very difficult team to play against and they play well. So it was good to see them take a real hiding. And it almost felt more satisfying that it wasn't a top team. It was almost like, you guys still
Similar
really aren't there
level.
because you're never, a top team's never losing 5-0 to Bournemouth. Let's be realistic. It's not happening.
And then I think
We're not a top team. Don't look at me.
okay. What was the score for Bournemouth?
Did you
They beat us. No, they beat us.
Oh, they beat.
But they didn't even beat Spurs.
They beat
5-0.
us, to be fair. They beat us.
Yeah, but
We had 10
Newcastle
men.
3-1 Southampton as well. Isaac back to goal scoring ways.
That was his second finish. Yeah.
Cold.
his second finish
Yeah,
cold.
man.
Did you like?
Yeah,
I don't
man.
think guys are deep in like. Again, like I used messages before. That was an Henri-esque sort of goal. Like the way he goes through and the first touch with his left foot
sets up
is
perfectly.
perfectly
Yeah,
set up,
yeah.
bro. People don't understand the skill required, and then boom. It's just you know when you see your striker do stuff like that, you're just like, that's what I'm talking about, man. That's a top level
How
player.
do you feel about Isaac? Because obviously we've praised him a lot this season, but there's been certain games I've seen him where the defensive Isaac actually just like taking him out of the game. For example, the game against Bournemouth as well. I think it was last week.
Yeah.
Like, what does he need to add to his game to actually be moved to that next level?
I think some things are just like part and parcel. Like he'll have games like that.
Okay.
But when you look at him and the way he plays his overall play, that's a proper forward.
Yeah.
Like, I think games we say, oh, he didn't do that this game, fair enough. Like, he's still a human, whatever. Like, I think generally, you wouldn't say, oh, he needs this and that. Like, he's got it.
Yeah,
He's got it in
I agree with him.
abundance.
I think he's just going to naturally just get better and better. The reality is he's not as physical as some of the, real elite nines that we've had previously. So he will have games where he doesn't come in, but he's still more than good enough to get a lot out of him.
He's
More
a
than
threat,
good enough.
like,
He's a threat, you know what I mean? So even like sometimes when he does look quite quiet, he'll then just get one sniff, bang. He's a killer as well. Even like the Arsenal game in the League Cup, he wasn't particularly dangerous that game. Saliba and Gabriel, they were dealing with him because they've got the physicality on him. But then just one chance, bang, off the left
very
foot.
intelligent as well. That
Little tight area, little shift, boom.
yeah.
That's what you need
Creates
from a
the goal.
striker.
That's what I'm
One chance,
saying.
one goal. Like, look at our strikers; they're quite wasteful. Like Havertz has missed like 3-4 chances yesterday. Jackson missed a chance this time.
Yeah.
Isak, you trust him to score his first, or at worst, his second chance.
That's what I'm talking about. You have like Jackson and Havertz. They're players. They can cause a lot of havoc.
Oh,
like,
mid or mid. By the
they've
way. Who
got-
would you rather like? By the way, Jackson or Havertz? Who's better?
Jackson.
You think Jackson's better than Havertz?
Yeah. Jackson offers a lot more. Okay, both of them are very shit in front of goal. But outside of that, Jackson offers a lot more to the team.
I think he offers a fair bit more. I think Havertz offers quite a lot
Like,
outside of goals.
If Jackson had
not as
Jackson had
striker.
finishing, he'd be one
as
of the
a
best
football
strikers in the league.
True, I hear that.
As a 9, I'd say Jackson is better.
Yeah.
But it's not like it's like mid v crap. Like I wouldn't want either of them.
Fair enough, man. Is there any other particular games to shout out?
Quick question. You see with Bournemouth,
Just taking a
Nottingham
look.
Forest and Newcastle, who do you think's going to have the better season in the end of the...
So you think finish higher?
Yeah. And who do you want to finish higher?
Just trying to look at
It
these.
would be nice to see Bournemouth or Forest finish in the Champions League or like in the Europa League, just for the game. Just give smaller teams hope that, you know what, they can get up there. I think Forest deserve it after the season they've had, but I'm a really big fan of Iraola as well. So I'd love to see Bournemouth get into Europe as well. I'd love to see all three of them in Europe. But Newcastle look like they're coming into form at the right time. So I would say if any of them are most likely to make top 4, I think right now. I feel like Newcastle are on the upwards trend, so I'd look out for them, to be honest. And I remember on pod like a few months ago, I was worried about Newcastle because they were like 10th at the time. They weren't really winning too many games.
Yeah.
I was saying that this project might be over, like sort of thing. Like, but they've really got their act together and like they're in really good form. So.
But Bournemouth will have the best season comparatively to what they are.
Bournemouth start to the season, they were playing decent football. They weren't actually getting the points
results.
on the table.
Yeah, but Bournemouth coming 6th is crazy. Like for them, for their budget, for
The stadium
for what they
is-
are, for their
Stadium,
expectation.
oh my God, that stadium.
Bro, the stadium, it looks like Bromley FC, like down the road
That's
from
a
me.
League One stadium.
Yeah.
Bro, seriously, it's a small stadium.
Tiny.
Yeah, very
Who's
quick.
Who's the owners?
I think they're American.
I think it's an English owner. I think there's I feel like they are. I feel like it's
Bournemouth
a,
fans
it's
let
a
us
poker
know.
player.
No, that's
Paul-
Brighton.
That's
That's
Brighton.
Brighton.
But anyway, just lastly, I looked over the matches. Nothing more particular to call out. But Man United are playing Fulham right now as we're recording.
Score?
It's 0-0 at the moment.
Okay.
How
Rubbish.
it's away at Fulham. What are we saying?
Fulham won the game.
You think Fulham will win?
Yeah, Fulham are a decent outfit as well.
Fulham are a good team. That Fulham, Brentford, Brighton, Bournemouth, Forest. I've named a lot of teams there, but like them man, they're all you can go to their ground and just get smoked. Like them grounds are
Just
crazy.
looking around like,
But they can
Bro,
also go to your ground and smoke you as well.
Yeah,
like, that's what-
That's why I hate the Premier League right now.
Yeah,
because
the Premier League right now is
the
tough.
level of
I was
the,
thinking
the
about
top
it.
12 teams is
them
ridiculous.
teams, they're easy coming fourth and like, oh, now you know when Everton and Aston Villa, them teams are smashing them Aston Villa and Everton. bro.
Yeah.
The teams we have now.
John Caruga, Agbamlaho, I don't know about that one.
no,
they-
the teams, bro,
Pace
the whole
that-
team,
yeah.
the whole team.
Bro, these teams are set, like, and they've got some good players. Like even like Isak's just chilling at Newcastle.
It's true. though.
Like bro, like we like
He's top 5 strikers in the world.
yeah,
and he's at Newcastle.
and he's at Newcastle, bro. He's just chilling there, like bro. These are the guys that you're coming up
What are we
against. They've got
dealing
some
with
good
for
players, bro. And they're like, and they'll give you like Anthony Robertson, that one at Fulham, like got some good, and they're a unit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
They've
well
got
They're
like-
well coached.
well
Like,
coached.
if you look at all of those teams, have very good managers. You have Marco Silva, even the new Brighton manager, what's his name? Equal.
Fabian Herzler. Yeah.
Good manager there as well. So like they have good managers.
Spurs and United, they're not doing that badly in Europa League. Like I think they're 4th and 6th or something. They're 13th and 15th in the Prem. Like, are we understanding the level of the Prem
league
right
is
now?
crazy.
It's so high.
And the pool now is different as well. That these younger, like these middle table teams have.
Yeah.
Back in the day, we didn't have that pool.
So they have the
Certain
financial power
guys.
to
There's
match
a
the other
financial
teams
pool.
in Europe.
And they have enough financial stability where you don't have to Like they don't have to sell their players. Before you get 20 million from one of the big clubs. They are like, bro, just take it. But these TV deals, like the prices that they're setting for their players, because they're like, we don't need
They're
them.
saying Isak for like 130 mil and stuff.
Yep.
How much would you pay for him?
Caicedo went to Chelsea for
I'd
110.
pay 100. Yeah.
They're quoting. They're
Paid
saying
more than 100 for Isak.
Durant. Aston Villa are saying no, not upwards of 70 mil. Bro, they're putting prices
For
on
their
their
backup striker.
bro
Life's
for their
changed.
backup
Life's
striker.
changed.
Bro, they
John
said
Brewer ain't going for that. He ain't going for that.
dog. It's really crazy out here, man. You can get Aston Villa at 8th. They'd be buying in the Champions League.
That was crazy. Sorry.
And they could finish in the top 8 as well.
But let's do the imposter thing. We only got 5 minutes left.
Okay, we're introducing a new little game to the show. So there's only 3 people are taking part. There's 2 people know the player, 1 imposter. I'm gonna let people know who it is right now. 1 second. Just look at your phones quickly, everyone.
Cool. You want to text us individually, yeah?
Yeah. Okay, I don't have your number anymore, mate.
Nasty.
Maybe I have your number, just didn't go through. Okay.
All right, cool. All right, when are we starting?
And we're just gonna start with you. Start first. Adjectives describe the player.
Which way is it going?
Well, me first.
Doing that way. Yeah.
Bozo Gene.
Risky.
Makes mistakes.
Versatile.
Don't think about it. Quick.
Creative.
Right-footed.
Free kicks.
I already know who the imposter is. Passion.
Big club.
Trying to think about something to do. Surprising.
Flair.
Brave.
We'll go around one more time then.
What's that? What am I saying? Top level.
Europa League.
Discipline.
Ah,
Yeah.
imposter. I already knew.
I knew from the start, but
Imposter.
yeah,
I knew from the start. Discipline.
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 Yeah,
Oh,
Who you
Lord.
talking about, Bruno?
Nah.
Who you talking
Can you
about?
reveal who you're talking
It was
about?
David Luiz.
Fuck it up.
I knew it was the imposter from the start.
Brother,
Should we just call him out as soon as they say? Like,
You can if you want to, you know.
oh, okay, you can call it out as soon as they say. Oh, okay.
I
Oh,
said
that's
David
it.
Lewis. I can't buy that guy.
Yeah.
Try one more.
Yeah, try
Yeah.
one
Well, he
more.
does have disciplinary issues. I was trying to say disciplinary. And
Oh, okay. I thought you meant he has discipline. That's why I didn't thought when
He's
we said
chatting.
Europa League. Why is it Europa League?
he won the
remember
Europa
that-
League.
Yeah,
no?
Because he won it.
yeah.
When I was top level.
I think it's after a while you run out of words.
Yeah,
Without
you run
trying
out
to
of
be,
words.
Like, obvious.
Yeah, I think it would be funny if we just call it as soon as.
Seems to be.
Yeah.
You got to try to think fast as well, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. We'll do it a bit quicker. I think we need to just warm into it.
Okay. Messaged you.
Alright, cool.
Okay. Ready? Starting from Joe this time.
I need to think now.
Quick.
Yeah, what's all this?
PNP.
Yeah. Quick.
Yeah.
Strong.
Oh, me.
Quick one. Something.
Middle of the park.
Okay. Bozo.
Risky.
Tall.
He's funny.
Character.
Decent.
Pauser on 0.
Because they're complacent.
You can keep going. We'll go 2 more times round unless one of you wants to call out someone. You could be a bit more descriptive. Like you give obvious adjectives if you want to as well.
Yeah.
Passing.
Imposter again.
I don't know who it is. I don't know who it is, fam.
Imposter
I was
again.
just struggling, fam. I don't know who.
Sissoko passing.
No, but which Sissoko, bro?
Oh, that's just what Spurs Sissoko.
Where's the Sissoko?
So you weren't the imposter?
No.
Oh, it was him.
To be honest, I thought it was you. Your adjectives were a bit outlined. Just
You know, just deep what he was doing. He basically just said the same thing I said.
Yeah, he
mixed
was.
it.
I was actually thinking him, but then he said
wait,
passing.
which Sissoko?
Spurs
The
Sissoko.
Pagan one. The one who gave it penalty
Musa.
away in like 17 seconds. See your final.
Musa Sissoko.
We said passing.
Which Sissoko were you thinking about?
I don't know, bro. There's so many. Bro.
You were just guessing.
There's so many, bro. I was not an
He
imposter.
basically is an imposter as well. He
Yeah,
didn't know the player
I
was.
was guessing. I was like, bro.
He didn't know the player was.
Struggling
Hey,
so
one more
much.
time.
Yeah, I
one
was
more
thinking
time,
he was
man.
struggling.
Last time, quick one, yeah?
All right, just very quickly. We've got 12 seconds left.
I was so baffled, fam. I was like, cause I was texting back saying, which
Passing, you know. Passing for Sissoko. I said, there's no way.
bro, I lost the game by just not knowing who it was.
Quickly, Jules, quickly.
Don't worry, man.
I'm going to have to round up.
We're the last client, man. Don't worry.
Yeah, we don't want my man staying past this time.
Okay, we're going to start from
Quickly.
Alfonso this time.
We're only going to do
Tenacious.
like 3 rounds.
Tenacious.
Oh, tough,
Technically superb.
First time.
creative,
Finisher.
Rebel.
reliable,
Disciplinary awful.
Norwich.
Premier League player.
Imposter. As soon as he said Norwich, I know he knows he is. It's Suarez.
I know, Suarez. Yeah. Well, he did play in
You
the
should have
Premier.
picked up to that, though.
He did play in the Premier. Yeah, well, I said Premier League player just to cover bases, but I didn't.
Yeah. Once he said Norwich, you should have. If you said something like bite, I would have been like, wait, what's going on?
You see, because when he said like discipline, he said Norwich. You should have thought, okay, it's good if you try to guess the player yourself and just go along with it.
That's what I tried to do the first time because I thought we were talking about Bruno, innit?
Okay.
But then I got it wrong.
But anyway, guys, that was a fun little last game. The show has come to an end. Thank you so much. Like, subscribe, and all of that lovely stuff. And see you next week. We love you here at the Rondo.
That's it.
Thank you, bro.